show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles. Take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come in really scuffling. Losers of 7 of their last 8 games.
And they've been an underachieving team, but they do have some pretty good pieces in place. Let's see if they can use some of the younger guys and make themselves better.
Ready? 30 base. X3. 218. Jump. And... Let go.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
That's all you got.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Rudolph. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing on first down. Harrington. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
To throw again. Harrington. Looking for Campbell downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Harrington, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Harrington. Catch made here by Campbell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And
that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 9th touchdown of the season. A try here for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Mason Rudolph leading this offense out for their next possession. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense, try and get back into the game that way, and then look for some help from their defense.
Trying to forget about that pick six last time out. A first down carry now for Yeldon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Rudolph. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Harrington. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Harrington looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
From the gun, Harrington. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Ready. 18 Gators. 58 right there. Defense wins championship, baby. Ready.
On 1st down, it's Rudolph. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw a short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Rudolph looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up shaking his head. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Harrington. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Harrington. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Harrington. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Bring it.
On 1st down, Harrington. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Noah Fant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Rudolph. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now T.J. Yeldon, just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down. The Giants on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
We own them. We own them. Mike 4. Come on, baby.
Throwing on first down. Harrington in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jordan Jenkins able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Looking deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Giants on third down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Rudolph now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
60 Pittsburgh. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
57's Mike 57. Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Harrington. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. To throw again on second down. Rudolph. Open man is Higgins. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now it's Yeldon. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 39, Rudolph. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Rudolph. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Rudolph on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready? 90, Wolf. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Ready?
Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Taylor Gabriel, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Harrington. Campbell making the catch. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A first down there on a pickup at 25. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
57. Mike, 57.
Throwing again. Harrington. His throw incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let me know right now, you better bring Mike 4.
From the gun, Harrington. Got an open man, that's Campbell. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. 57's Mike. Mike 57. I got one.
Operating from the gun, Harrington. That's going to be caught. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
It's just me and you. Trump.
2nd and 2. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. From the 2-yard line yet again. Let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Hayward. Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Get that quarterback. And also 91 is the Mike. I got you.
Looking to throw. Harrington. And it's caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
They don't want to keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run. It's Campbell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell as time expires in the first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
We got this.
So here are the Colts to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, Campbell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check 4.
On 3rd down, it's Campbell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line. 57. Mike, 57. Stay with it.
On first and 10, Harrington. This is the tight end Fant. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
57's Mike. Mike 57. 65. 65. Shut up.
On first down, Harrington. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a first and 10. Back to throw. Harrington, left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's the second and 7. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. First and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, Harrington. Completes it to Fant on the right side. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Mike 57. Tackle. Mike's 57.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Let's go, defense.
To try again after the sack. Rudolph. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Harrington. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity.
T.J. Yeldon, touchdown, Giants. T.J. Yeldon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Paris Campbell. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off play action. Harrington. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Jenkins able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down. But I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Rosas good with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Back to the air on second down. Harrington looking for Campbell down and got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Open man is Samuel, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here I come again.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
57's the mic. 57.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Harrington, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They'll have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
13 yards, good for a Giant first down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw, Rudolph. It's hauled in by Shepard. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking to throw. Harrington. Catch made here by Campbell. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Back to throw. Harrington. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan, and Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jeffrey Simmons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Rudolph. This pass complete to Higgins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Rudolph. It's caught. Shepard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a giant 1st down on a gain of 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rudolph on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Mack Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and long, it's Rudolph. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing to start the drive. Harrington. He's got it to Hilton. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Harrington, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.